Hello, and welcome back to the #1 survival guide of the Cylinder. And today we shall do something a little bit different and take a look at some of the East's many goblin tribes. The first goblin we shall take a look at is the Eastern Tree Goblin. Tree goblins are a nocturnal species of goblin that eat squirrels, star spiders, bugs, bats, and birds. They're also very social creatures and live in large ape and monkey-like communities up in the trees, of up to 50 to 60 individuals. They are also no strangers to tool crafting, and have many different types of tools, such as sharp stone knives, sewing needles made out of sticks, and a combination of long sticks as well as dragon teeth, to create a multi-purpose tool that they can use both as a weapon and a tool to get around in the trees more easily. As for where these goblins live, they mainly construct mud and stick structures up in the trees that have animal pelts, windows, and doors, made with sticks as well. They mainly use these structures in the winter and during the day to sleep. Meanwhile, down on the ground, hill goblins roam the plains. Hill goblins are a much larger, diurnal, mainly ground-dwelling species of goblin, only ever going up into the trees sometimes to forage. Hill goblins also make tools such as very sharp stone knives and very large hooked stone spears. They're also one of the few goblin species that have actually learned how to make fire and use it commonly at nighttime and during the winter. Hill goblins are also nomads and usually only ever have camps or settlements whenever it's nighttime and they have to go to sleep. But usually in the daytime, you'll see them on horseback out in the fields, potentially with even a salvaged carriage behind them. The next goblin culture on our list is a much more elusive one. They're called the Shepherds. They live deep in the dark forest. And the only reason why we know about them is from first-hand accounts of elves and gnomes who went that far into the woods and encountered them. One thing we do know about them is that they are very genetically similar to the hill goblins, and yet they are still different. They have much less dexterous arms and legs, and they're a lot shorter, as well as having large, orange, piercing eyes that break straight through the darkness of the woods. They're also very social, and live in communities of up to 10 to 15 individuals, all with those large tree branches, with glowing mushrooms tied to them, for an unknown reason. Shepherd goblins also usually build their towns high up on cliffs, and even sometimes inside of trees, for cover, from both predators and other things. Our final goblin culture on this list is a subterranean species, the Rumager goblins. Rumager goblins are native to the caves of the foothills of the Grey Mountains. Rumager goblins are also very crafty and use and also steal a lot of different types of tools and weapons, such as stone knives, stone spears, bows and arrows, and stone swords. And on the topic of them stealing different types of items, they will also take metal, shields, and armor, and use them for themselves. As for the reason why they are called Rumager goblins, it is because, for most of the time, their caves are filled to the brim with stolen items and materials, which makes it interesting for them, as most of these caves have to fit up to at least 100 individuals. And 100 individuals is quite a lot of mouths to feed, and so, at night, they often have to go on large, ravenous hunts that can last for hours. And it is not very uncommon for human settlements to be in the way of their sheer chaos. And you may be wondering how to defend yourself against one of these creatures if they do attack your town. And well, that's what I'm here to tell you. If you are attacked by one of these creatures and do not have a weapon near you, remember, they have very bad eyesight and can't see things that stay perfectly still. So if you stay still, you should be fine. If you feel you must do something in that situation, grab the nearest thing to you that you can pick up. Throw it very far away. That should cause the Rumager to think that you've run. And when you do, that should allow you some time to escape. However, if you find yourself in that situation with a knife or a short sword, do not use it. The Rumager has much longer, much stronger arms with deadly claws attached that it will use to attack you. The best you can do in that situation with the sword is to block attacks. However, if you have a bow, a spear, or a long sword, use them to attack the chest and head region. Those are the places you're going to do the most damage. And most of all, do not underestimate the sheer amount of Rumagers. And that now brings us to the end of this chapter of the Survival Guide.